What is going on, Adventure Nation? In this episode, we got some splaining to do, so stick around and find out what's been going on, where we're going, what's happening, and all of that good stuff.
I get some news.
Yeah, this is the motorhome experiment. I don't really know where to start. We've got a lot of news.
So many things. I mean, obviously he has been slow posting. So
yes.
We're still way back in time on the videos, and in that in between a lot of stuff has happening.
Right. So as you guys know, videos take a while to get up, and we are obviously in the future right now from where the videos are. So we're
time traveling.
We're time traveling. Yes. So we've been talking and debating on how to do this and if we should and all that kind of stuff, but it started to feel really weird for me because
he's such a weirdo. For me, where the videos are, there's where everything should be about. He's like, no, but I want to share the today, the now.
Yeah, I want to share some stuff in Facebook and maybe even on Instagram, some of the stuff that's happening now, so that you guys know what's going on now. So this is going to be a little bit of a jump forward, and then we'll start looking back again. So as you guys know, in the videos that we are in the process of leaving Los Barriles, and we'll be finishing up in Baja, Mexico. But
very soon, because at that point it's like temperatures and everything start going up, so there was not that much to do or that we did really.
Right. It was time to hit the road. But before we left, we did something crazy.
I would not call it crazy. Actually, I think it's a cool thing.
Okay, well, not necessarily crazy, I guess, but
crazy for you.
But you tell him, because it was mostly your fault.
I twist his arm, and we actually bought a property in Mexico, in Los Barriles. When I say property, I'm talking about a house, a piece of land.
Yeah, it's literally dirt and bushes. We bought some property
in Los Barriles, Mexico.
Yeah, and that's it right there.
That patch of dirt is ours.
Yeah, it goes from that post there down to this post here over where the little Y is. I guess it's over on that side.
It's a desert, right? So yeah, it's dirt and bushes, but it's gonna have an amazing ocean view. And the price was just right. I'm not gonna mention the price, but it was just right for us. Yeah, it's about a half a mile from the ocean, and from the second story, we are gonna have a pretty cool view. We're literally gonna be 10-15 minutes walking distance to the ocean, to the beach.
Right.
So that's gonna be nice.
So pretty cool. It was a good opportunity. I really had nothing to do with it. Lori did it. Like, by the way, we're buying a property.
I'm the one that usually kind of like thinks more like down the road, okay, what we want in the future and everything. We love the beach, we love Los Barriles, as you guys can see. So for us, when I saw this, I was like, this is our chance to get it. Paul is more like, I refuse to put roots, I refuse to do this. But now once he saw the project and got to the idea, he was like, okay, it's pretty cool.
And the price is insane. So we will talk about that in a future video. I don't know if we talk about it in the upcoming videos, but we will talk about that. So we did buy property there. We have no intention on building on it right away. It's just something that we bought for future investment.
For future, kind of like future Paul Lorena.
Right, and we will build on it eventually. We may just do a parking spot for an RV at first, and then we'll build a small casita or house or something. We don't know the entire plan there yet. It's just a 1/4 acre piece of dirt, a half a mile from the beach, and it's about 2 miles outside of Los Barriles, to the north side of Los Barriles, about a mile north of the campground where we're at. So super excited about that. While we were in Los Barriles, as you know, I had some I'll say health issues, with the whole depression thing. I was weird thinking and didn't know what I wanted to do moving forward. We didn't know what we wanted to do moving forward, and we started talking about,
well, I knew what I wanted to do moving forward, and it was to have solid internet so I could work.
Yes, Lori wanted to be solid internet. So we started talking about, do we need to be somewhere more solid for maybe 6 months, and then for the winter, and then travel for the summer? And we thought, yeah, that's probably a good idea. So that's
Yeah.
really how the land came about.
Our thoughts behind it, and I know everybody thinks differently, and everybody has a different opinion, and everybody it's right because at the end of the day, it's like whatever fits you best. That's
Right.
what it is.
Right.
But our thoughts behind it is like everything seems to be crowded in the winter, and we went through that the last few winters where
In Florida.
Southwest Florida, it's hard to get into campgrounds, places. So we were like, you know what? If we're gonna have a place to go for 6 months seasonally, it will have to be in the winter. And in the summer, there's so much to discover. I mean, all North America, all Canada, and other countries
Right.
as well, right? So
Right. If you
there's so much.
Think about it in the wintertime. There's only so much land south that you can go before you
Yeah.
hit water. So everybody packs into those spots. So we thought, yeah, better off to have a solid spot then and travel later.
Yeah, so that's when it came about the idea of this, of the land looking on the future. But at the same time, people always ask us, what do you miss when you're on the road? And for me, it has always been internet, fast speed internet. And when we're in Los Barriles, between Kevin and Laura, us, and Laddie and Robbie next to us, we all share internet, like actually solid internet.
And it got to be pretty decent.
And oh my god, I was able to work, I was being productive. So it kind of like gave me a totally different perspective of, oh my god, I do miss this. I do miss feeling productive, I
Right.
will say.
And the whole time she was productive, I was kiteboarding my ass off and doing nothing. I started thinking, okay, what am I gonna do now?
Yes. I think there's where your depression came about. It's
Right. Like I didn't
yeah.
know what my future held.
And when you did your depression video, I remember I went through the comments and I saw a few comments, but one of them really resonated with us, or with me at least. And it was somebody that said it's like they were busy all their life, managing employees, they have their own business and everything, and when they sold it, and all of a sudden he went into depression because all of a sudden he went to doing all these things and being responsible for all these things to now nothing.
Yeah, being the man.
Yeah.
to
nothing.
just having all kinds of free time, which seems like it would be a fantastic thing,
Yeah,
but not necessarily.
When you're used to being like that, yeah, it's not so much. And that person, I cannot remember your name, by the way, is like, but that person said, just get a job, just get something to do. And this person, I think he took into
Right.
landscaping. So just to feel like you,
Right.
I don't know, productive, I guess.
And everybody had a lot of great suggestions on what I should do, what we would be great at, and I agree with most of that, but that stuff wasn't resonating with me as far as what exactly I want to do. And with that being said, I also want to say a lot of people, for whatever reason, thought we had silver spoons in our mouth and that we had tons of cash that we were going to be able to do, whatever we want to do, and that is not the case.
I think that's the biggest misnomer. Like if you're full timing out there, definitely you are wealthy or money was given to you or someone like that.
Right.
Sometimes it's not the case. Some people
are still working on the road, like working their butts off.
Yeah, they're working whether it's social media, whether it's with companies, but they need internet to be working with those companies. So there's a lot of people still working.
With us, it was a combination of the business coming in at first, and then the sale of the business after we got that done, and going through a little bit of our savings. Lori still making some money online through stock trading and things like that. So we had a combination of that, but we knew that it wasn't going to be enough to sustain us through the end of life. Like we knew at some point we were going to have to go back to work.
It's not about the now. The now,
right.
We're okay, the now. It's about future Paul Lorena being able to travel the way we do or even more internationally. And we know we need to be very solid to be able to do that and not being worrying in retirement time about that.
Right.
So that's why we need to act today.
And we had 5 amazing years on the road. 5 amazing years. Like we've done so much stuff over that time, and every time I talk to people about what we've been doing, they're blown away. But with that being said, we knew we were going to make a change in some way, shape, or form. So while we were down in Los Barriles, somebody, and I don't know who it was, but somebody mentioned a job availability at a place that I had wanted to work really since I can remember, since I was a little kid. It may have something to do with this guy here, and it may have something to do with this stuff, and I applied at Disney.
I'm no joking. He has talked about this since I met him. It's like he's like, one day I'm gonna work for Disney.
And my plan was, once I retired, I was gonna go drive a tram at Disney. And I think it's because when I was a little kid, we stayed at Disney, and I thought, man, this is so cool. We were jumping on and off of the trams and stuff like that.
That was your family vacation.
Yeah, that was our
family
family vacation.
was Disney.
Yeah, it was always Disney during the wintertime. My parents would save up the entire year and we would come down for a week or two, stay at Fort Wilderness, and I just fell in love with it. And I said, when I retire, and I used to joke about this with the guys at our last business before Picarso Auto Spa, when I had a destination management company with another guy. I always told those guys, when I retire, I'm going to go drive buses for Disney, and they would laugh and say, yeah, right. Well, eventually you're going to be running the transportation department. So I always kept that in the back of the head. So position came available for bus drivers. Disney World was hiring bus drivers, and I applied back in March.
By the way, there's a shortage of 500.
Yeah, if any of you folks need a job right now, you might want to jump online and check that out. But I applied in March and kind of forgot about it. And April went through, May, we were getting ready to leave Los Barriles and got a phone call from Disney. And they said, hey, we'd like you to do an interview with us this Friday. And that was on a Wednesday. And I was like, almost 2 months after. And I was like, okay, sure. I did the interview on that Friday and they said, perfect. When can you be in Orlando? And I was like, holy smokes, we're as far away from Orlando as we could possibly be. We're down here and we need to go loop over into the other section. So that's when we went on a beeline to Florida. And you guys had been wondering, with the whole health issues and stuff I've been having, why did I need to do a DOT and what was all that about? Well, I needed that DOT physical. Once I got over here to Florida, I needed that DOT physical to pass. So we got into Destin, Florida. I did all the written exams and stuff they needed for my Class B, for my bus license, and submitted all that. And then we continued on down here until I could do that DOT physical, and that's when my life blew up. And I found out, well, wait a minute, we just drove all this way, and I'm not going to be able to get this job.
You have to understand, we were in Los Barriles. First of all, he never told me he applied. Like, he literally never told me he applied.
I might have forgotten.
That was in March. All of a sudden in May, it's like, oh my God, I got called by Disney. It's like, what? Like, we literally just put an offer on a property. What's going on? And all of a sudden it's like, interview, you have to be here to do some stuff. And all of a sudden we were like, oh my God, we are, what, 3,000 miles away?
Right. I was gonna fly in and then fly back, and I thought as soon as I do that, then they're gonna need me right away, and it's gonna wind up being a mess. So I said, okay, let's pack up. We can be in Florida in 10 days.
So we did. It was so much during that time because we have to go to Vegas, get rid of our storage there because already have been moving around our stuff. Thank you, by the way, Chuck, for that one. He helped us a lot.
Yeah, Chuck was very, very helpful. And the Hamptons as well.
And the Hamptons, because it was originally their storage. So we went to Vegas, we stopped in El Paso, we drove all the way here, also with bad weather. So it was a lot just to get here. And then he gets here, goes through a physical, and they basically tell him, nope, you didn't pass it.
Right. So that was one of my freakouts as well. Is like, holy smokes, I just took Lori out of her happy place and went all this way for absolutely no reason, and now I can't pass physical. So wound up getting through that. Took a couple of weeks, like I said, changed my diet. You guys that have been watching the health stuff, I really appreciate that. You guys have been supportive, and hopefully that's been helping you too.
By the way, it's like, you're doing amazing.
My blood pressure right now, the last couple days I've taken, is totally normal, like 110 to 115 over 70 to 75. So, and my heart rate's come down and stuff. And I will say that I'm gonna get in a ton of exercise in the next little while until I actually start driving. But yeah. So one last thing I want to show you guys. This is my new Disney badge. So I am actually official employee. I'm official, did my first day.
This means you're official, like you're in.
Yeah. So I did my official day 3 days ago or 4 days ago. So I did it on Saturday, today's Wednesday, so almost 5 days ago. So Saturday was my first official day. I went through a thing called Traditions. And then Monday I started my first day of training. Yesterday was my second day. Today is going to be my third day of training. So
part of the ritual, by the way, maybe you don't know, but on Saturday, that is the kind of like the welcome and all that kind of stuff. They give him his badge, but also everybody receives their ears.
So here, let me see. Yes, it's goofy. All right.
They're tiny.
It's
though.
actually tiny.
It's
I have a
tiny.
huge head. And this is the first time I've ever had ears, by the way. So
no, you always had them.
Well, no, I've had my own giant ears, but I've never had my mouse ears. So yeah, they look much better on you.
I might have to sell them.
Yeah, they look better on you. Why? I don't know. Ozzy must have been chewing on them because.
I know.
Yeah.
See,
But anyways.
That's the right one.
So I'm officially an employee of Disney World, and I am now going through training. So what does that mean for us and our travel? It doesn't mean that we're completely done with travel yet. It means we're completely done with travel for the next little while, for the foreseeable future, at least probably a couple of years. As far as full-time travel, we're still living in the RV. We're still trying to decide what we're going to do with that. We're probably going to do at least a couple or three months in the RV, but we are looking at apartments because it's just I've gotten so much uniform stuff and things like that. It's going to be hard to store all that stuff in here and have space to move around. Living in an RV full time has never been our intention. Like living in it, that's not our intention. Our intention has always been to travel in it. So when we get somewhere where we're going to spend a large amount of time, then we're gonna go to a house or an apartment. Most likely we'll go to an apartment.
That's actually the end goal with the property in Baja too, to build a casita so we can go there in the winters to a casita and have something for the summer to travel. So having someone like this has always been a thing about traveling, never really to sit somewhere. Right.
So what we're probably gonna do, and again, this is all just, we don't know, it's up in the air. We're probably going to go to something smaller that can be used to travel on weekends, a class B or a C or something like that, a small C or a larger class B plus or something like that.
Not the great time to buy right now because obviously the market is hot, so everything is ridiculously expensive right now, but you know what, there's always a deal out there.
Right, because there is a ton, there is so much to explore here in Central Florida. Oh, by the way, and we're in Orlando. So
I'm sure that's...
Yeah, I guess you guys kind of figured that out.
Disney World,
Orlando. So yeah, you figured that out. But there is so much to explore around here as we've been kind of researching, okay, what are we going to do on our days off and things like that, because on our days off it's going to be about travel. It's going to be getting out and exploring.
Yeah, beach towns, springs everywhere, so just downtown and different towns around here that are so cute. Like people have told us about Mandora, about we drove by Winter Garden and it was very cool. I mean, all these
lots of little springs.
DeLand.
Yes, so lots of little springs and historic spots all over Florida and Central Florida that we can visit. So we're going to be doing a bunch of that. So that's a lot of the videos and things that we're going to be doing is on our little weekend expeditions to these places. But as far as traveling the country, that's going to come to an end for a little while.
For a little while. And this is not a permanent change. This is not a like, this is it, we're done traveling. No, this is a temporary change. He needs to get his mind into something else, something new, get himself busy. And what a better place than a place that he loves. So it's like, that's why he applied there. So we're here for a little bit. That's one of the reasons also we have been looking into just going to an apartment and then a house or something, just because we want something temporary too. And oh my god, it's like going to someone like that also will give us high-speed internet, will give us all the things that we cannot sometimes have in an RV. So yes, but we're still gonna travel around here for as long as we stay here, and then after that, again. So our like long-term goal, as we said, we have the property over there in Mexico and it's traveling this summers in the US and all that stuff. But in the short-term goal is just to be here in Florida for a little bit and just save a bunch of money too, so I can keep trading and growing that money and everything. So that is basically the goal. Yeah, we wanted to, as Lori said before we got on video, this is about putting more gas in the tank, and by that we mean more money in our savings, more money in our investment accounts and things like that, so that we can continue to travel into the future, because that is really where our heart lies, is in the travel stuff. But as Lori said, I have been a Disney fan since as long as I can remember, and obviously driving a bus isn't the most glamorous position in the world, but it gets me in the door there, and who knows where we go from there. Maybe I'll be running the joint in a couple of years. Who knows? That's not going to happen, but I think... I don't know. I know that people move a lot around, even within jobs within Disney. Like you heard yesterday that there was a person that has moved so much. But at the same time, he's not allowed to actually go somewhere within 12 months.
Yeah, there's various rules as these large corporations,
Yes.
and one of the things I want to do with this, and I know this is running long, but one of the things I want to take this as an experience. I have never worked for a mega corporation before, and I've heard so many great things and bad things about Disney that I wanted to see what it's all about, and so far it's been an amazing experience. It really has, except for the whole like your blood pressure's through the roof and we can't hire your thing. That kind of sucked, but I get it. I get it.
That's not you. That's DOT.
Right, and but it was also a good thing. Good things come out about that. I've been exercising more. I've been eating better. As you guys may see, I've slimmed down a little bit. I'm down, 5 to 10 pounds.
It's funny because as you guys saw in the previous videos, he just kind of like was crushed in the first video and everything. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. I mean, my dramatic husband sometimes. But what I told him, for me, it was a blessing in disguise, right? It was something that you need to be taken care of. It was right there. It's not like it just appear or show up. So it was nice that he now is aware of what he has to work on and just be healthy for the future. And
Right.
he has worked so hard. It's like that now he's controlled. He's okay with that medication and everything. That's a big deal too. So that's awesome.
Right.
It's like that happened. It was bad at the moment,
Right.
but it was a good thing.
A lot of people had wondered why you weren't in any of the videos, and just to let you guys know, this is my health journey. I mean, this isn't really. This wasn't Lori's journey. This was my journey.
This will be also will resonate probably with a few of you. It's like I grew up in a place, in a family. I will not say place and time or culture. I will say in a family, because I think regardless of the culture, Mexican, American, Canadian, it's about families where you are more expressive to talk about things, or you're less. You're more reserved and you just handle things within your own. I am more on the reserve. I handle things on your own. I'm not about like letting everybody know this is what's happening in my life. That's why I was like, Paul, this is your health journey. I'm more of a private person. You're the one that shares whatever you want to share. I'm not involved in it. So that's why if it's travel and all that kind of stuff, I'm in. But when it comes to personal health stuff, he's the one that's gone through the journey, not me. Well, I'm gonna sit next to him and just say, nope.
Yeah. And for me, it was, as I've said in the other videos, it was just about helping one person. And it seems to have helped a lot of people, and I'm so grateful to all of you guys who have reached out and shared your stories with us, and we'll continue to do that. I'm going to continue to try to put out shorter videos more often, like the Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing, which I haven't been able to do because of training and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to continue to try and do smaller videos and share as much of this experience with you guys as I can. There's a lot of stuff I can't because it's proprietary. I'm not allowed to take video in what they call backstage areas where guests aren't allowed, so I can't share any of that stuff. So a lot of the trainings and things like that, and of course obviously while I'm working I can't be carrying a camera around going, hey, guess what's going on today.
Yeah, we have found things on YouTube that now that Paul has gone through some of that stuff, he says it's like they're totally violating.
Yeah, totally violating company rules. And of course I get that, there's information that Disney information, proprietary information that they don't want to get out, and I'm sure whether it's Coke or Pepsi or Amazon or whatever,
or they don't want to kill the magic.
Name this corporation here. They've got the proprietary stuff. For Disney, it's about killing the magic. They don't want people to see the backstage stuff that might kill the magic, and I totally agree with that. And the stuff that they're sharing with me about being able to create that magic I love it. I love that stuff. I love being able to go the extra mile and things like that as an employee. And the fact that I've been an employer for the past 20 years approximately allows me, I think, to be a better employee because I understand where management's coming from. So it's going to be a really cool experience. That's what I'm taking it as, is just a great experience to see what it's like working for Disney.
So with that being said, there's a lot of changes coming up. I mean, a lot of changes have happened already from taking this decision and going through the steps to actually now maybe downsize, or most likely
downsizing Freya
on the Freya into something smaller, going to an apartment and all these different things. So that's gonna be another, a lot of changes coming up. The same way we went through a lot of changes getting out of the house into the RV, now it's gonna be kind of like the opposite. With that being said, once you have lived in an RV, and maybe a lot of you have not, but once you live in an RV, everything feels big. Like you go to a small apartment and they tell you, oh, this is a 1-bedroom small apartment. You're like, this is huge.
It's enormous.
It's enormous. And with all the amenities and everything. But it's like we are not gonna go and just start purchasing furniture and things just because we want to just gain again all the stuff. No, it's like we're gonna be very minimalist about what we do, because you know what, if we want to transition into something else,
Right.
we don't want to deal with all the stuff around it. We
Does
just
that
want
mean I
to
get-
be
Does that mean I get beanbag chairs in the living room?
no. No.
I knew that was coming.
Like,
Just a TV on the wall and beanbag chairs is all we need.
no.
But anyways, hopefully you guys will stick around. Life with Paul and Lorena is going to be fun over the next couple of years at least, and we're going to see what happens. We're just going to kind of roll the dice and see what happens. Take everything day by day, and travel is not out of our wheelhouse yet. We are still going to be traveling as much as possible. On my days off, it's going to be about getting out of here.
And one of the perks of actually working for this thing is that he gets to go to the parks for free, and the spouse goes for free. And
It is.
there is so many other perks, it's just crazy.
Yeah, there is. There is. So I know a lot of you guys out there.
You're like rolling your eyes.
Rolling your eyes. Oh my God, Disney. I get it. Disney is not for everybody. I know a lot of people absolutely love Disney. I love Disney. Have since I was a little kid. And if you don't like Disney or don't understand it, you've never been with us, and maybe you should go with us one of these days, because then you'll understand. Like, it's just about having fun and keeping a smile on your face, and it does that for me, and it's been great for me over these last couple of months.
It's gonna be good for you mental wise too.
Oh yeah.
It's like that's one of the things you were struggling with.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing nothing, it gets old.
Yeah, it seems like it would be a dream, but it does get old. And I did have fun this winter kiteboarding, and we have got to go kiteboarding one time here. But yeah, I have to be doing something and feeling like I'm contributing. And even though I love doing the videos and I love all that kind of stuff, I needed something else, and this happened to pop up. So
I have to say, I talk about like, do you still want to do the channel? You still want to keep with that and everything? And for Paul, has never been even a doubt or a question. He's like, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like, I might share different stuff. It's like, we might lose a lot of you guys are interested in RVing, because now we're going to share something different part of our life.
different type of travel.
So different type of travel, different things in our lives. So we might lose some of you guys, but this became back to being a hobby. That I think that's why he also lost his energy or his perspective on the channel, is because he felt he had now to do a job.
Yeah.
And now it's like
Yeah.
back into being a hobby and sharing with
And
you guys.
being more fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be good.
I think so
good
too.
changes.
I think so too. I think this went really long. I don't know how we were
Yes.
talking, but it went really long.
Yeah, if you're still with us, thank you for
Yeah, thank you for
sticking
watching.
with us.
And if you've already
Yeah.
gone, then you won't be able to subscribe. And if you're still here and this is your first time, they should stick around and get to know us even more. And that means they have to
Subscribe.
hit that subscribe button. It'd be equally as cool if you like this video so that other people will check it out. And we'll see you in upcoming episodes. We're gonna have some of the finishing up in Baja, and then we'll get to some of our adventures in, on, and around Central Florida.
And these are my first Mickey sunglasses. It has the little mini bows. Right
Oh my
there.
God, everything's gonna be Mickey.
Well,
Wow.
when you get discount, you get the stuff.
Yep.
Oh my God, it's humid.